And cue my guy Indigo Saint before we get started here. And hey, let's get it. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black View Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was black or invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifested. So we binge on our black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested. That course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested.
What's up, guys? Had to delay the show an hour this morning. Straight up, I went to bed like 10:30. Didn't wake up until 9, like 10 and a half hours. So I guess I still got to recover from that cold a little bit. But hey, that's what it is. Let me go ahead and share the screen here. Interoperability is the key. That is what we're going to be talking about today. And the art of selling featuring Alex Becker. He gave some really good information about selling on this show, and I think we should look that over. Just to preface that by he, Big Boy, and some others have had some crypto banter, have had some shady practices with coins. So just I want to get that preface out there. But hey, good information is good information no matter who it comes from. So he gave some good information on selling. And I think the audience here will benefit from it. So we're gonna play that. Do a couple victory laps here, and then we'll have time for Q&A. Go ahead, see who's in the chat. What is up, E? What's up, Casper Holstein? What's up, Riviera Group? What's up, Italia Grape? Appreciate you guys. So let's see. Where should we start first? Let's start first with Becker and his. I sell my bunk Thursday night. Man, I know for your soul, Nance, man. I know, bro. Like, it's just something you get better with over time, learning when to sell, learning when to not. But, as long as you come out with profits at the end, the big key. That's the big key, man. So now, don't panic from his kind of clickbaity title. It's not a clickbait, but it is. It says sell all your crypto. This means it's over. A guide to sell at max profits. He's not saying to sell right now. This is just a little bit of clickbaitiness in his title. But I'm going to emphasize a couple different things from what he's saying here. Are good things we can all pull away from selling. And also buying at the same time. You can look at the inverse. Let's see here. Okay, this is what we want to have. I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to come out to see if everyone can hear it. I believe I clicked share audio, but I just want to double check.
It right here in the most unprofessional way, and I'll probably add something like this again later on the video. You also have to understand, and this is common sense, but it's not too common in crypto, is the higher a coin goes up, the more friction it has pushing it down.
Can everybody hear that? Somebody let me know in the chat if they can hear that. If they could hear that. What's up, Cryptwork? Okay, thank you, Casper Holstein. Let's go on here, and definitely check out his whole video. But just understand, guys, he's playing this game at a little different level than we're all playing it. That's kind of why I want to come through. And what's up, Crypto Space UK? I kind of want to come through and kind of go over some of this and just like let's not take it all as full gospel, but we're going to go through it. We're going to go through it.
And the more momentum it needs to push it up. So for example, if something's at a $5 million market cap, it's quite easy. We only need $100 million to make this thing 20x. $100 million, that's not that much money in crypto, especially in a bull run. Okay, so 5 million to 100 million, quite easy to do. But then just get a 2x on this thing going forward, we need another $100 million. Okay, and then at this point right here, to get another 2x, we need $200 million. And then by the time we're at $400 million, we need another 2x. We need another $400 million just to get another 2x. And so you have to.
So this here, what he's talking about is really great information. So a lot of people, they will come out and they will only hunt for $5 million market cap coins. So they can get that 20x heading to 100 million, and they're pretty much done at that point. They really only want to go from $5 million to about $100 million, and they're out of that coin. So this is the art of selling, but also it's the art of buying it as well, because a lot of people are looking for coins around that $5 million market cap point. Okay. Now, when you get to, and we're going to replay that, when you get to other coins like Hedera, when you get to coins like XRP, they're going way past that point. But the horizon, the long term, is what's bigger for coins like that. But in a bull run, finding like $5 million market cap coins and riding them up to 100 million is just gold. Okay, just gold. So this is something very good to keep in mind. I'm going to go play it back because for whatever reason we kept having some difficulty there. Let me close some things down, like our Telegram. Shout out to our Telegram. We got our Telegram moderator in the house. It's completely free. We're over 117 members strong. If you guys coffee for a weekly watch list, if you can't support the Patreon, come on in the Telegram. It's completely free. Like I said, links are in the description. We'll help you out over there, and we'll share really great information like crypto airdrops and test nets. I don't usually cover that on the channel, but we got people in the community there that really dig on crypto airdrops and test nets. So come over here and learn from them. Like I'm learning from them. We're all a community. We're all learning together. So yeah, guys, please do that. And it's only for your benefit, and it's completely free. But let me go ahead and shut our Telegram down, shut a couple things down. And but yeah, again, Epic Game Launcher, which I haven't game in like a year and a half. Only game I'm playing is crypto right now, bro. But yeah, let's run this back a little bit further and listen again.
You can use pretty good estimates on the coin. Also, as I'm editing this, I forgot one of the most important things, so I'm going to add it right here in the most unprofessional way, and I'll probably add something like this again later on in the video. You also understand, and this is common sense, but it's not too common in crypto, is the higher a coin goes up, the more friction it has pushing it down, and the more momentum it needs to push it up. So, for example, if something's at a $5 million market cap, it's quite easy. We only need $100 million to make this thing 20x. $100 million, that's not that much money in crypto, especially in a bull run. Okay, so 5 million to 100 million, quite easy to do. But then just to get a 2x on this thing going forward, we need another $100 million. Okay, and then at this point right here, to get another 2x, we need $200 million. And then
I don't know why this.
by the time we're at $400 million, we need another 2x. We need another 400.
Hold on, let me lower the quality of this here. That'll help as well. This is great information, and yeah, let's start it over again. The quality is going to be lowered, but hearing him is more, and seeing this is I think you can still see it, this low quality.
You have to understand, and this is common sense, but it's not too common in crypto, is the higher coin goes up, the more friction it has pushing it down. And the more momentum it needs to push it up. So for example, if something's at a $5 million market cap, it's quite easy. We only need $100 million to make this thing 20x. $100 million, that's not that much money in crypto, especially in a bull run. Okay, so 5 million to 100 million, quite easy to do. But then just to get a 2x on this thing going forward, we need another $100 million. Okay, and then at this point right here, to get another 2x, we need $200 million. And then by the time we're at $400 million, we need another 2x. We need another $400 million just to get another 2x. And so you have to ask yourself at these points in time, is this much money going to come into this coin? If it's something like AVAX or Ethereum or Bitcoin, $400 million comes in left and right. It's not a big deal. But again, those coins suffer from the same exact problem. If something's at $5 billion, in order for us to get a 2x on it, we need another $5 billion. Where the F, if we're dealing in microcaps, is $400 million really coming for this coin? So for example, if we look at a lot of gaming coins or mid-cap coins, the answer is no, there isn't $400 million more dollars sitting around for this coin. And the reason why people are in these mid-caps and
So that's great information you just gave. So around the $400 million market cap area, pretty much you're probably done for a gaming coin. Okay, at least for a gaming coin that you've wrote in like 5 million all the way to 4 to 300 million market cap, you're probably done. That means you need to take your profits and move on to the next one. So that was some really kind of great information you gave. And that also, conversely, because there's good information on where, at least for gamings, at least some gaming coins, you may only want to hop in towards a $5 to $30 million market cap and just up to the 200. These are kind of guessing around this area. So let's not take 400 gold, but around 2 to 300 to 400 million. Okay, that might be the spot that you just want to hop off and say, okay, I'm done with certain gaming coins. Okay, but you can also look at this, like he said, with the Ethereums and all the other ones that may even be, at 500 billion market cap. They have to put 500 billion more to double. Okay, but again, those things, the whole thing about Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP, HBAR, that whole thing is replacing our entire fiat system. So that's kind of a different game over there. But for small cap coins, gaming coins, this that he just gave is like platinum mission. So let's go ahead. I have something marked at 25 minutes. Okay, I think we just need to play this one out then.
First place is they want to make these 5, 10x's. So at this point in time, the chance of getting just a 2x on it, there's a lot of pressure moving it down. And so what most people are going to think is like, I'm going to take the money right here and redeploy it in coins like this. So we're going to take let's say we started with 10,000 and we get all the way to a 20x. Instead of waiting to 2x that $200,000, what most people are going to do, including myself, which is like my selling strategy, is redeploy the $200,000 right here and then try and 10x that again. Okay, that's what we're going to do here. That's how most people think. And so when you're looking at
now, understand again, this is him playing at his level. He may have $10,000 to put in a $5 million market cap coin and ride it up 20x to $200,000. So use this own area in your own with what you're playing with your own money. So if you take $100 and ride it up 20x, I don't know what that number is. Like, in my head, I don't know, 2,000, maybe 2,000, right? Um, then start back over to other coins, right? This is not financial advice. This is just this strategy he's sharing with us, and I think this is a pretty goldy. Okay. So in his world, you could play with $10,000, put it in a coin, and have 200K out, and just repeat that process. So in our world, we kind of have to scale that down to the amount of money that we have, right? And I don't know you out there who's listening. Maybe you do have $10,000 that you can put on a coin and follow the Becker strategy. But if you don't, you got to scale it down. Okay. Just saying, I'm not watching anybody's pockets. I'm not telling anybody what to do, but you know, chances are most of us don't have just $10,000 we can put on coin and then just wait it out, so to 400 million market cap. Anyways, let's keep listening.
A coin too, you have to look is like, is this market cap capped out? Like, does this coin deserve to be a $1 billion coin? Does it deserve to be an $800 million coin? If you're kind of like, let's say it's at $400 million right now, and you're thinking like, I really don't see this as a $1 billion coin. I look at similar coins. I look at coins just like it. $1 billion is at tops. Okay, so are we going to risk the entire biscuit for 2x, or are we going to take our money out and play this higher return game right here? This is one of the most basic things when it comes to selling, and one of the most basic ways people turn into absolute idiots. They see something jump to 400 million or 500 million or something like that from a tiny market cap, and they're like, it's going to 10x again. No, you biblical idiot. It is not going to go and get another $5 billion in it. And this is some.
Now, I agree with him here. He's saying it in a funny, like, kind of very like cynical way. But yeah, like once you get to 400 market cap, you don't want to risk 2x trying to get something from $400 million market cap to try to wait for it to go to $1 billion, when the better choice would be to take the money from the $400 million market cap and redistribute it into something that is 5 million market cap and keep going. Okay. Now, where this strategy breaks down is if you're not redistributing this process doesn't work in a non-bull market. Okay. So let's get that out of the way first. Okay. So come 2025, middle of the summer, which is a lot of people are predicting based off the last market, but things never really quite go the way it went in the last market, right? So, but that'll be a point in time that you can kind of start looking, okay, is this bull market going a little bit longer? Is it going a little bit shorter? Okay, what am I doing with my profits at this time, right? But again, this is something, not financial advice, but just what I'm doing with my portfolio and a strategy that I may tend to employ. This can be done over and over and over again. So I think, okay, so let me see. I think that's it for this, and we're going to go to a second part of this video.
Game-breaking coin, and you found like the messiah, the Luna of the cycle. It's not going to do that. Your chances of that are very low. So don't take the low return, low chance, go back to the high chance, high return. This is one of the most basic things that people do not get in crypto and gets them absolutely ruined. Or at least make consistently good decisions that allow you to leave at the bull run and profit. So first thing.
Okay, so that was good. Let's go to, says 30 minutes. Okay, let's see. I think it's around here what I'm looking for. Okay, yeah, about around here. Okay, yep. Let's play. We'll see.
That AVAX situation right here is probably going to take a year to play out. So we're going to have to stay in AVAX for an entire year. However, in the mid-cap markets, what we're going to see is this stuff 10xing left and right, and we're going to see multiple 10, 20x's. So if we go and look at like the last run, when ApeCoin, or well, let's just go look at Illuvium. Okay, Illuvium did really, really well last run. It's doing great this run. So if we go look at it last run, like we saw Illuvium, it didn't do 10x until late in the bull run. It was like late 2021. This was like the last phases of the bull run when it did this right here. And throughout the bull run, you're going to see as Bitcoin is moving up and all these bigger coins are moving up. So we're going to see this. We're going to see them doing this the entire bull, gradually moving up. And during these times, let's look at this in multiples, not market caps or price of coin. We're going to see these micro caps coming up, and we're going to see multiple ones taking these rocket moon ships the entire way through. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to grab these rocket ships, hop off, grab the next rocket ship, hop off, grab the next rocket ship, hop off, grab the next rocket ship. We're not trying to ride one of these to 1,000,000x. Okay, that's not the strategy we're doing here. Do people do that all the time? Yes, but again, you have to remember there's massive survivorship bias in crypto. For every person you see that held something to a 50x, there's a graveyard of people who didn't, like an absolute wasteland. There's one survivor out of 1,000.
So again, and he's making a good point here. And this is basically in graphical form everything he showed us the previous time. And again, instead of thinking about it in price, he's thinking about it in multiples. So it's trying to wait and ride something out the whole way. Maybe you just want to hop on these different micro cap rocket ships. And that is a strategy. Okay. That is a strategy. So when you think about different, especially like different meme coins, right? You're not trying to hold a meme coin for too long. So for your soul Nance, he just said he sold a little bit too early on the meme coin, and that can happen, but at least he got his profit, right? He's not holding so long that he loses out on all of his money. He got profit. It might have been a little bit early. That's cool, but he locked in profit, right? So this is a good point to understand. Let's go and listen to that one more time and play it out.
Coin is moving up, and all these bigger coins are moving up. So we're going to see that. We're going to see them doing this the entire bull, gradually up. And during these times, let's look at this multiples, not market caps or price of coin. We're going to see these micro caps way through. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to grab these rocket ships, hop off, grab the next rocket ship, hop off, grab the next rocket ship, hop off, grab the next rocket ship. We're not trying to ride one of these to 1,000,000x. Okay, that's not the strategy we're doing here. Do people do that all the time? Yes, but again, you have to remember there's massive survivorship bias in crypto. For every person you see that held something to a 50x, there's a graveyard of people who didn't, like an absolute wasteland. There's
Got you. So again, it's almost better for you to say, okay, I took 2 or 3x profit on these different rocket ships, than to try to hold for 50x profit and have all that junk just drop on you, because you may not be at the time when it's going to drop, right? Going through all these different caps and getting a 5 or 10x, even though they made 20x, even though saying if you did like for your soul Nancy, you got off a little bit too early, that's better because you're going to the next rocket ship and you're deploying profit there, to the next one deploying profit there, to the next one deploying profit there. Does that make sense, right? Let's move on. And I think we want to ride this thing out. Yeah, we want to listen to the rest of this for a while. Yeah, for a while here.
Survivor out of 1,000, and everyone's like, oh man, why didn't I buy that coin? It's all easy when you look back at it. So understand the selling pattern that we're trying to get into right here once we go and get past that Bitcoin all-time high is we're trying to grab and hop in the mid caps, ride them up, and then slowly be exiting them. So let's say it's a 2x right here, we take profits here, we take profits here, we take profits here. We roll profits into, while keeping some, okay? So let's say we start with 10K right here, all right? So at, let's say 30K right here, we're really in the bear market, you know? We take 15K out, all right? So then this 15K goes up here and it doubles again to another 30K. We take 15K out. Goes up here again, we take another 15, 20K out based on how much we've made right here. All right. And so now we have.
And this is the process of taking your profits out in a scaling method. Okay. And this just happens over time. You get better at this. So it is to not beat yourself up if you're not perfect with this right now. This is a muscle that you just kind of develop in knowing, okay, this coin has this story. I can hold to this. I can hold to that. Okay. So this is just, you're going to get better and better at this over time. Okay. So do not beat yourself up if you take out a little bit too early on your first couple tries. Okay. So maybe you start, like you said, you start with 10K. It turns into like you're basically taking it out time you get your initial investment. So you start with 10K, right? And you get 20K, so it doubled. Then you take out 10K. Then it happens to double. You take out another 10K. And you just keep going on and you're scaling your profits, okay? That is one way to do it, pretty fail-safe way to do it. And when you get better at this, so maybe you start with 10K and you realize, okay, I know this is going to 30K. You get to 30K, you've tripled your profits, and then you only take out 15K or you take out 10K. So you're going to get better at finding out which profits are better for this coin, which profits are better for this coin. But let's just take this as a general, if we were going to do one general thing for every coin, I would say what I do for me, what works best for me is taking out my initial profits. So if I put in 10K, I'm taking out K once it doubles. So put in 10K, it rises up to 20K. I'm taking out 10K. I got out my initial investment. So each time I'm doubling my money and I'm taking it out gradually. Okay. So yeah. Let's go back a little bit and continue from there.
Profits here. We roll profits into, while keeping some, okay? So let's say we start with 10K right here, all right? So at, let's say 30K right here. We're really in the bear market, you know? We take 15K out, all right? So then this 15K goes up here and it doubles again to another 30K. We take 15K out. It goes up here again. We take another 15, 20K out based on how much we've made here, all right? $70,000, 50,000, this 10K investment, all right? And this thing right now is like 20x. So we could have left with 2,000, but we left with this. This is fine, because here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the 50, 75K, put in, I don't know, 30K of it, keep the rest of it right here, because you never know. And we're going to go and put that in.
And listen to what he say. Could have left with 20, but you left with 50 or 75 because you were being responsible, okay? And that is way better all the time instead of trying to hold for 20K because you're moving on to the next one. And then you're moving on to the next one because there's always going to be next ones out there you can find, especially if you're in a community like this, the Patreon, the Telegram, you're going to find the next one, okay? Don't worry about that. You're going to find the next one, okay? Not financial advice, but you're going to find the next one. It's okay to come out of that with the 50 or 75 because you're already moving on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Okay.
We're going to catch more rocket ships. We're going to do the same thing again. Now this 30K right here is 150K. Okay, and we're going to do this again. Same thing. Let's take out 75K. So right now we have 100K just in profit laying over here, which we're going to keep and invest in safe investments. We're going to store that money away. This is winnings. Okay, we're going to do this again. And we're just going to do this over and over and over again. And what's going to happen as the market goes up, eventually one of these times we're going to get caught with our pants off right here. Or you might just get a really bad instinct that the market's done, which you're probably not going to get if you're new, and you might just dump all your bags right then. But the market's going to tank, and then this is going to tank down with it. And so what we're going to do in our final revolution is we're going to be sell the way up right here. Okay, and the market's going to start to tank with it, and then we're just going to start selling on the way down. Okay, and then when Bitcoin in the market is tanking, we're not going to do this revolution again. And so what happens throughout this right here? Do we get maximum profits? No, we absolutely. This is not maximum. The stereotypical crypto gains. That's not what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is, if we enter the market with 5% of our net worth, is we're trying to double or triple that net worth. So sorry to tell you. I think we might have drawn that off of there. If we have 5% of our net worth right there and we want to double and triple our net worth, we need a 20x overall. This method right here can get us a 20 or a 30x on the 5% of our net worth, thus increase our net worth by 2x to almost or 3x in a year. This is great. This is insane. And then he invested.
Now, what he's saying, you can do way better than that, okay? However, if you're just being realistic with yourself, 2 to 3x your own net worth in a year's time, that is fabulous, okay? Especially when compared to the stock market, where you're literally waiting for like 20% gains, maybe for a year, okay? This is 200xing or 300xing your gains in a year, okay? You can do better, way better than this. But following the strategy that he's telling you, you can actually do way better than this. But I think he's just trying to set people's expectations realistically to 2 to 3x their value, which is good. Instead of just saying, okay, everything's going to 100x and you're lying to people, okay? This is amazing for any crypto run, okay? But you've had people do way better than this, okay? But moving on.
Situation is this is a dream come true. For most people in crypto, they're going for a 20, 50x their net worth. Never happens. Rarely happens. Survivorship bias. And so by doing this, we're going to eat a loss sometime at the end of this market. We're going to eat a loss somewhere along the line. This stuff's going to go down, and then we're going to start some of the way down right here. And this is going to be probably less.
That 20 to 50x rarely ever happens. I mean, he's right with that, but yes, it can.
Left with any kind of profits.
It can happen. It can definitely happen. However, you just have to be very intentional about what you're doing. You cannot fall in love with anything. You can't fall in love with anything. This hopping from different microcaps type of thing, you just cannot fall in love with any of these. Like, we don't love these O's, you know? Like that. Like, you cannot fall in love with any of these cryptos in order to do this type of game that he's saying here, okay? Yeah. So I think it's good and refreshing that he's setting people's expectations in this. But yes, you can have the 20 to 50x. You just really have to be cold with this, you know, like not fall in love with any cryptos. Get to a certain market cap, 400 or whatever, you're hopping off and you're leaving. And you have to recognize this, where he's like saying, okay, there comes a point where Bitcoin's reaches all-time high, or it's gone like a little bit past its all-time high, where I'm selling everything and I'm out, okay? Until we get down to where you're accumulating through the next bear run for the next bull run. That part, okay? That part you really have to be able to recognize, and you know, you stick around some of these groups like mine and others, you'll be able to more readily recognize, okay, the fun's over, bull run's over. We need to just, you know, take the games we have now and wait for all that back down until we get ready for the next bull run. Okay. But however long this time is, be it a year and a half to 2 years, that's what we're going to be taking advantage of. Okay. And it just so happens that last halving, it was around 1.5 years. It was basically um 2000, like it was basically like the Bitcoin halving in May or April of 2000, all the way to around um I think the summer of 2021, summer of 2022. And that was it. Okay. So it was like a year and a half to like maybe 2 years and a half, and it was done. We can look at the coin chart and really find that time. But yes, I think this is a really good chart from him. And then one other thing I just want to show right quick from him here about stories that I think is very important we hear.
Who people was. And so the people that got destroyed right here, who bought right here, were just the fanatics, the people that drank the Kool-Aid. Don't want to be a Kool-Aid drinker. But for the most part, a lot of people buying right here knew exactly what they were buying. The people right here just saw this chart right here going up, and they didn't know what was going on. They just saw it skyrocketing and think, oh, people, this is going to the moon. But anybody who actually knew what they were buying and knew about the coin and was following very, very, very closely knew that this was going to be around the point that we go to $40 or it's time to sell. I opted to sell. I dumped the entire bag. Okay. Now I didn't get out at 23. I think I got out like $18 or something like that. But I nuclear, when I saw this first dip right here and then it got caught, I'm like, nope, I'm done. And then I dumped all. This is a point right here where you really have to look at what the coin is and why it's doing certain things. This is why it's incredibly important to know your coins. Every coin you buy is going to have big selling points. It's going to have big news of points. It's going to have points that everybody's like, oh, you wait for this thing, you wait for this thing. So a really good example of this is Cardano. Now, this isn't exactly the type of coin we're mentioning right here. I'm going to take the jokes out of it, but what we saw right here is a big sell the news of point, all right? Because everybody was holding out for the Goguen update that I was going to change the world. And when these new updates and everything happen on coins, unless there's an influx of users or actual revenue being generated or some business, it means nothing. The amount of people using Cardano right here and right here, I might be wrong here, essentially the same. Nobody. All right, it's not doing anything. It was just an update that everybody was like, oh! And so what people do is they crowd around these updates, and then when these updates hit, and so a really good rule of thumb also in crypto, if you know your coins, know why people are buying right here. This whole entire time it was a lead up to the Goguen update. Know that people are going to sell.
So basically what described was like buy the rumor, sell the news type of moment. And what he's saying is making very good sense in that, okay, the Goguen update, was it really bringing in more revenue? Was it bringing in more users? No, it wasn't. So people bought into the update. They bought the rumor, but they sold the news. Okay. So that is something that you really have to kind of understand thing that's going to happen. Okay. So I think this was a value video from a guy who's done some questionable, like you can definitely pull up some questionable things that Alex Becker has done, but this video, this was gold, and we take gold wherever it comes from. Okay, shout out to him for such a great video on selling, and that point about the whole 5 million to 200 million market cap thing. He added that later, so he finished with the video and even realized that he had to add that in and added it in. So kudos to him for actually doing that. Like, kudos to him. It's a great video. Definitely go over and listen to the whole thing. But again, don't take everything as gospel. Like, if he says 400 million, right, is the time that you should leave, you might want to leave a little bit earlier than that, just to be safe. Like, you might want to leave at 300 million. You might want to leave at like 250 million, just to be safe. Because maybe 100K people heard the same thing that you heard, just to be safe, right? Just to be safe. But yeah, that was great information. Let me see what you guys think about. Please rematch this video and listen out for your mic clipping. Love your show. It deserves to be heard clearly. Okay, it's my mic clipping. I apologize for that if that's what's happening right now. Here, let me move up closer here. So my apologies, MCD. I hope everyone heard everything pretty clearly. So sorry that my mic's clipping. That's one of the things that I value, guys, which is why I bought a new mic for you guys. If it was clipping, I have to figure that out. My apologies there. What's up, Ruru? I remember I mentioned Ray up 30 cents. I mentioned it. Hey, man. Yeah, you did tell me that in a comment. But yeah, we're going to get to all of these comments. Thanks to Trio Rants and Reviews. I do remember when you mentioned that, bro. See, great people in the community sharing great information. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Let's go ahead and go to the second, interoperability. So one of the things that we've been sharing a lot on here is interoperability. If we go to one coin that I've mentioned to you guys a lot, going to be a pretty good call for me. Patrons got this at 2 cents, right? 2.5 cents. It's gone all the way up to 38 cents, or I'm sorry, 35 cents, settling down here at 28.29 cents, somewhere around there. Okay, it's going a little bit lower here, but still amazing, amazing gains for us on this. Apparently, it did go up to almost 38 cents. But anyway, we were on this at 2.5 cents for the patrons. I think I told you guys on the show around about like 4 cents, and it's just great. It's just great. But the point here that I wanted to mention is the interoperability. This takes let me see here. There we go. Okay, maybe that'll stop the clipping. Okay, that should stop the clipping here. All right, there we go. That should stop the clipping. Hopefully. Okay, that should do it there. All right, so so yeah, I wanted to show you. So this is taking and bridging BRC20s and ERC20s. It's one of the only coins like right now can do this. Okay. And hence we got that huge price explosion. Amazing stuff. Okay. But if we kind of come out here, so again, this is one I've told you, like Bitcoin layer 2s seem to be a really big sector, a really big story right now in crypto. Okay, and I think it's only going to go further from here, right? So here's one that we mentioned on the show before, Neon. Okay, it's almost up. It's almost text so far, sitting here at 90 something cents. You can see here when we're talking about kind of market cap, it's still under 100 million market cap. So if we're waiting for the 400 million market cap type of range, this still has a lot of room to grow. But one of the things you'll notice about this, it's Ethereum. It's basically interoperability between Ethereum and Solana, right? Huge, huge. Okay, so that's one of the reasons. That's one of the things talking about knowing your coin. That's one of the things like when I hear interoperability between Solana and Ethereum, that really piques my interest, right? So you can see here, this guy's gone from in the last month, last year, probably even more, right? Yeah. Last year, amazing, right? From 7 cents all the way up to 90, but still looking at the market cap. And this is exactly what talking about Alex Becker about. This is exactly what he's talking about here, right? Something went from 7 cents all the way to 90 cents, and it's still only a 52 million market cap. Okay, so like you catch something like this. In our case, we went from 45 cents all the way up to 90 something. But whomever caught it at 7 cents to 90 cents, you're even you're even bossier, right? And this is some of the things you can do if you know certain stories like interoperability, like what's going on with the Solana ecosystem, right? Those are some of the things that you can take advantage of. Let's see here. So multi-bit's one of those. Internet computer. I was telling my patrons about this like ever since it went down. I think it went down to almost $2.30 or something like that. And here recently, just today, it surged up like 70%, 50%. Yeah, so today had a very good day. Went from $7 all the way up to like 11, settling in at 1069 here. But like I said, I've been telling my patrons about this since like $2 or something like that. So definitely almost 3x for my patrons here. This is why you load up in the bull run, right? Or in the bear market, right? This is why. Where can you buy neon at in the US? Let's look at that here. What just happened? So I know I'm getting neon on Bitmart, but we can go over here. If coin market cap is nice to us. There you go. So things with interoperability, and we've talked about a lot of them on the show before, right? Yeah, we've talked about them on the show before, right? There's some with like a more huge market cap that we could look at that we may have to wait a little bit longer for, but those are even exploding right now. So let's go down to. So right now I'm buying neon on CoinMarketCap, but it looks like you can get it on crypto.com. CoinX, I don't think you can use in the US anymore. It's a shame. Gig.io, you can't use in the US anymore either. It's a shame. I was talking to somebody about this. They're pissed that they couldn't buy stuff on Coinbase. And I was like, I mean, I I didn't make these rules, bro, and they're mad because it's like you have to start with a Coinbase account because that's not like most people that are using Bitmart or Crypto.com are really not connecting their bank account to it anyway. They're just trading. They're just sending crypto over from like a hot wallet or Coinbase or wherever, right? Kind of they kind of put us in a position where we kind of need to start with Coinbase or Uphold or Strike. Those are like the only on ramps to crypto unless you know something else, right? Um, okay, Bitmart won't let you in the U.S. Uh, that's the other thing too, is that if you weren't in certain one of these like Bitmart and whatnot. Okay, let's see what's going on here. It probably won't let you get into it now. Okay, beams coming down a bit. Okay, so then I know some people do certain things with VPNs. Now, I would never do anything with a VPN, right? I would never do that, but it's up to you if you want to take the risk of trying to do things with VPNs. But crypto.com you should still be able to use that in the US. So your choices here is if you can use Bitmart or crypto.com. I know don't you use crypto.com? So let the brother don't know there if he can get a crypto.com here in the US. But um, yeah, that's the only other choice there, I guess, that one. But some with way huger market caps. Flare, even they have started to move. Flare is one where it's combining it wants to be the like what is it payment app for all different types of cryptos, right? And you can see here it's moving. It's huge market cap, right? But when you have to understand about this coin and who it's with, like they're like kind of buddied up with Next Era, they're buddied up with XRP. So gotta understand. So this kind of doubling would not be too far out of the realm of what's happened, right? Okay, while we're talking, a whole bunch of stuff is just deciding to move, huh? Jasmine. Okay, if that's what's happening, maybe Bitcoin just took a step down. Here, let's see. Nope. Okay, it's just those tokens, I guess. But Jasmine's had a nice little time. But yeah, let's go back to what we're talking about here. Next Era. Another one with a huge market cap that you'll see here. I thought it was more than this. But they did have a kind of an exploit happen. But since the exploit, it's gone from like, again, this is another one I mentioned to the patrons. It's gone from 4 cents all the way up to 14. Very nice. That's like a what? 3x, over 3x. But another one with the whole interoperability thing behind it. Mention one other one here. and I'd be interested in hearing what you guys have to say about different interoperable coins. Corium, this one. This one's interoperability between XRP and Cosmos, which is crazy to think about. Only 64 million market cap. So again, I think that has room to grow. You can buy this on osmosis now because again, it is part of the Cosmos ecosystem. Bitmart, MXC. But Corium is interoperability between. Okay, they're not saying that. But that's what it is. Okay, yeah, there we go. ISO 20022 compatibility through XRP, right? IBC interoperability, which is Cosmos, and smart tokens. So huge there for Corium. This is one of the ones that is in my portfolio. I like Corium interoperability there. Okay. And this is one that went down to about 9 cents, rushed up to 18. So already a text there for our patrons. It's just, it's amazing. A bull run is just amazing, isn't it? Like all these just 2X's, just how long would you have to wait in the stock market for something like this? How long would you have to? That's why it's like crypto, when you go from bear to bull, it's so much more superior than a stock market. And this is coming from a guy who used to do a stock show on Benzinga, right? And I moved that show like almost completely over to crypto because the gains were just way juicier, right? So yeah, you're right. Crypto UK Neon has done its skyrocket. It may be, yeah, we really need to know before then. Um, However, I'm still kind of confident of where it's at because again, it's only at a $52 million market cap. So I'm thinking it still has a little bit more juice in it. But I can completely understand, brother, if you want to like move, not look at Neon and move to something else that has a lower market cap. I completely, I would completely understand that. For me, like the whole Ethereum slash um, Solana thing. So for me, I'm willing to stick it out a little bit longer in this because it's still 52 million, still pretty low for me. But I get your sentiment on that one, brother. What about Thorchain and Link? I heard that Thorchain and Link are pretty big. I have to do a little bit more on that. I know there's a guy in our community, Courtney Johnson. Shout out to him. I don't know if he's still out there or not, or if he's in the chat or not. He loves Thorchain. He knows a lot bit more about it than I do. Um, but for me, I couldn't comment on that because I don't know enough about Thorchain. Here, getting. What's up, Blues Batteries? All it takes is for one to pop off, and you made 10x, 10K, 100K, etc. Yep, 100%, 100%. That's true. That's true. But again, the strategy he gave us, it's not a bad strategy. If you can identify different market micro caps, and in his terms, move from different rocket ship to different rocket ship. It's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. All about the ROI. What's up? Shilonik. I think it's too early to be taking profits. 100%. 100%. It's like I said, and like I said in the video to begin, don't. He kind of sensationalized the video, but for when it is time to take profits, that video is pretty good. And he just outlined a strategy as far as like being around the 300 to 400 million market cap to taking profits in the micro on different coins. I think it's a pretty good thing that he was talking about there. So let's see. I want to start locking in profit when K goes to 50K. What's up? What's up, GT Nuts? What is when BK? What is BK? Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin. When Bitcoin goes up to 50K. Got you. Yeah, that's what I mentioned is just a strategy for micro caps. And that's all he was talking about, kind of micro caps, gaming coins, things of that ilk. But it could also be displayed in things like we were just talking about, like Mubi. For some people right now, Mubi might be if they popped in, if they were in the Patreon and they got into it, if it sense right, the market cap for Mubi right now is like 250 million, something around there. So right now for them, they might be like, hey, okay, it's time. It's time to go move on to another one. Especially, it might indicate it's time for them. You know what I mean? People have to follow their own judgment in these type of things. But if you wrote this from 2 all the way up to 27, maybe it's time for you to say, okay, I'm taking some of my profits, I'm out. But this is just one strategy of many, right? So up to you guys if you want to say, okay, I'm waiting till Bitcoin is at 50K instead of just waiting till a certain coin is at 250 to 400K market cap. That's up to you. Okay. I just wanted to share the information because I thought it was good information. But he does mention that in the entire video that Bitcoin passing its all-time high or certain points might be times that you want to take profits. It's all into you, the person. But certain people, I'm one of them. I really think that Bitcoin reaches 100K or reaches well over 100K this bull market, but that still does not preclude you, like what GT Nuts is talking about, saying, okay, at 50, I'm going to start taking some profit. Maybe take some more profit once it passes the all-time high, which is like 69K or something like that. And then maybe he takes more profits once it passes 100. It's all up to you on that part. But that's the most important thing on crypto is to take profits, okay? Because at some point, we will hit the point. Like it's way too early now, but some point we will hit the time where it's like Bitcoin has reached this high and it's going to start dwindling down until the next bull market, okay? And start going into a bear. That time is not hit yet, but there's a couple of different coins market cap that you can employ to take profits. These things are not contradictory. These are all things, these are all tools that you use in the whole taking profit art. Okay. You use your own market cap, that coin's market cap, and you use where Bitcoin is at the time. Those are all things that you factor in. Okay, so this makes a lot more sense the in mile. I'm sorry. This makes a lot more sense in mile way of thinking. Hold, a hashtag sell. Okay, I'm not quite sure what you're saying there, GT Nuts, but I'm gonna move on. Okay, I think we fixed the mic clipping. All these cryptos, a dime a dozen. 100% Omen Owens, a dime a dozen. And that's the part where it's like you can't get married to any of these cryptos. Like you just can't get married to them. Like, for instance, people know that I've talked about LCX a whole bunch on the show, right? Um, I, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to marry my profits only to LCX, right? I'm going to look at other sectors. I'm going to look at other, the gaming sector, the interoperability sector, Solana ecosystem, the XRP ecosystem, DeFi, gaming, AR, AI coins, DPIN coins, payment coins, all of these different sectors, right? All of it goes into that. And one there may be high one, another one isn't. All of that, all of it goes in there, right? My guy Chill Rants and Reviews did tell us about radium, okay? Radium, a whole, that's esoteric too. If you look at the chemical, the alchemical number on the periodic table of radium, it's 88. There's just so much that goes into that, but these people in crypto, they know, bro. Okay, I think I handled the clipping. MC, thank you for letting me know about it. Big pump on Ethereum virtual machines. Okay, we got through those. Do you know where I can get BSV? BSV you can get for me. I'm able to get it on MEXC and also on Bitmark. But if you can't use those, you may be able to let's go over and look at it. You might be able to get that on crypto.com. I'm not quite sure. And again, with BSV, we weren't necessarily saying it was replacing Bitcoin or anything like that. We were just saying, and have like with all the things that I mentioned, if you put those all together in the package, is it enough to say, hey, as an investor, I need to grab some of this BSV? I think we made a case for it. I think we made a case for it. As an investor, holding on to a couple BSV is not a bad idea with all the different weird things that were going on. But yeah, definitely check that video out if you haven't already. The case for BSV or something like that, I said. So it looks like, okay, we're talking about US. So can't use KuCoin in the US anymore. I don't think you can use any of those in the US either. Now keep in mind, some people can use MEXC, so maybe MEXC for you. This is how it was with XRP. This is how it was with Doge. This is how it was with VeChain. You couldn't get some of those, and this is going back to the last bull run. You couldn't get Dogecoin. You couldn't get VeChain in the US, and that junk just skyrocketed. So certain coins like this, it's almost like, okay, if you can't get it in the US, it's almost like it's probably gonna go off. Because as much as America can be the worst, right? I truly think that we are the kind of citizens that are the ones that might actually have the money to invest in things. So they don't want us to. They don't want us to, for whatever reason. Just saying that to say, okay, if you can't find it on a major exchange on the U.S., that is not a sliding point. That's almost like a bullish point. If it's not a major chain in the U.S., that's almost like that's something that's gonna do something. And just like XRP, when it starts popping off like that, and eventually it goes through the roof, then you'll have it on the U.S. exchange, and then it'll dilute. Mark the words on that one. So that's exactly what happened with XRP, right? It went through the roof with the whole court ruling. Then all of a sudden, Coinbase relisted it. Then it lost some of its gains. Yeah, bro. BitForex, I have a BitForex account. I don't know if if you can still use BitForex. You might be able to use Polynex with VPN. I'm not suggesting that you use VPN, but some people go that route. Yeah, bro. So if you can't get to MXC or what's the other one? Bitmart. I don't know. Polynex, I think you might be able to use this one too. I think I got it with them. I just don't use it really. Is Cryptwork in the chat? I think she has one of these accounts. Let me know if that's a one you can use in the US or not. Bro, do you think we get the ETF next month? Okay, so about the ETF next month. I kind of now think that we're not going to get it next month. And here's why. Because they got that whole BSV trial going on, right? What if they want to do it after the BSV trial? And if that means after the BSV trial, maybe that means March, right? I think March is the absolute drop dead date that they have to decide on the ETF. So maybe we don't get it till March. Who knows though? Who knows? Because the whole BSV trial starts in January, like 15th. Okay, so maybe they hold off until they see what happens there. Maybe they don't. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm almost leaning towards not until March. I'm almost leaning there. I'm like 40% of me says January. The other like 60% says March because of the BSV trial. Put it like that. Got F the first bull run because I was greedy. This time I'm scaling out 50 to 55K. Interoperability. Check out Alex. See what they're doing now. That's another one, Courtney. And I got over there on Alex late. At like two cents. and now it's like at 20 cents itself. Oh, so mad at that. Like, and this is another one where it's like, it's hard to get this stuff done, bro. You can't just buy Alex on a regular exchange. So, like, again, guys, if you're a person that's just thinking, okay, I'm only getting what's on Coinbase, nah, bro. Nah, bro. You gotta get into the nitty-gritty. Yeah, it's already up to 177 market cap, but this thing a couple months ago could have been had for 2 cents, bro. And I know I was putting it in the Patreon. I just didn't have enough time to go over there and put as much as I wanted it over there in it. And for this, it might be on some exchanges, but the best way to have gotten to this would have been to have your okay, so it's on MEXC now and Bitmark. But the best way to get to this before all of this was to go through DeFi on Stacks. So mad about this, bro. So mad about this. I got some, but just not as much as I wanted. Not nearly as much as I wanted. But yeah. But yeah, see, this is why I think Pilonex, Pilonex, I think you can use this in the US. I'm not sure, but I think you can. Thorchain is integrating Sol as we speak. Huge, huge stuff. That's nice. That's nice, bro. Is MEXC needed a VPN? Some people do. Some people do for that. I tell you that I'm able to just use it. Real Wilson, Polyonex is the old one, like Kryptonia. CB is thinking March. Also, BTC will dump for real. And shout out to CB. Shout out to Crypto Blood. You know, he's a frequent guy you see here on Gentleman of Crypto. He's been on a couple times. I love it that brothers helping brothers out here. Shout out to Crypto Blood. Definitely check out his channel. He does some great TA. And he has some nice interviews, man. He had Robert Kiyosaki, Mark Yusko, Crypto Blood be doing his thing over there, dog. Just definitely check out Crypto Blood. He does his thing over there. I'm thinking March for the ETF. Too many people are anticipating January, so it has to March. You know what, E? I'm straight up contrarian point two. There's so many people are saying January. It got to be March. Oh, bro, I'm telling you, I'm right there with it now. I'm right there with it. Polynex, Cryptwork. Let me show it again here. I think you can use this in the US. I'm not sure. And I think this is like Indonesian or something like that chain. I think you can use it in the US. I'm not quite sure. They got rid of a lot of exchanges we could use in the US, man. You could use CoinX, you could use Gate.io, you could use KuCoin. They got rid of them all, bro. So why you keep talking about Bitmark if we can't get on Bitmark, bro? Some people can, some people can't. I mean, if it's an option for you, it is. If it's not an option for you, it's not. That's I don't know what to tell you, bro. And see, this is why people be getting upset, but I didn't do this. Saying maybe you can use it, maybe you can't. So that's what it is, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, in some states you can, in some states you can't. I don't know, bro. I didn't make it that way. So for the people that can use it, hopefully you can use it. For the people that can't, I'm sorry, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Time to put a short in on BTC, maybe. Ooh, maybe. I don't know, bro. I'm still kind of riding the wave where I think we break the all-time high before next. And the whole reason that I think that is the whole kind of W pattern that we're seeing here in Bitcoin. If I can just take this out. Weekly. So this looks a lot like this pattern. So in this pattern, we rushed all the way up. We went from 11K all the way up to 54. Okay. So with this one, we go from 28 to like 70, right? Or be right here. I can see that. I can see that if we're following that same W pattern. And if you look up W patterns, those are super bullish patterns. So what this kind of falls in line with here is saying, so Rona here was the big drop of this halving. Rona was the lowest you would have got it, and it was right before the halving. For us here, the biggest drop might have been before this halving, again before the halving, but a year before the halving, which was FTX. That may be the biggest, the best time we could have gotten Bitcoin. That's like at 15K here. And, you know, we're heading to going up past 70 something K for the next halving, before the next halving. But if you take it like this, like it goes 5x from where it is, then that takes us all the way up to like 150 or something like that. But that's not going to happen, I don't think, before the halving. Before the halving, I think we just get to the 70 mark. And if you look at the GAN-FAN, it's pretty close there too, because the GAN-FAN's kind of resistance moving with time is dangerously close to like the high moving with time going over to like the May area. It's pretty close to 68, 69 here, right? So that's kind of where I'm at with it. But I think this entire bull run, what's extremely possible is like 50 something. And if we again kind of 150, 150-ish. If we kind of moved with time with the GAN-FAN here, 150 will put us out, or 170, 168 will put us out in January 26. I don't know. Do we get that long of a bull run? Because if we go again back here, right? The tippity top 69 was here. So we basically have from November 2021 to from April 20th. So we had November. So we had a year and a half bullish time. You see that? So this is why I put these little things here. So we had basically from April 20th to November 21st. So April is the 4th month, November is the 11th. So that's like, well, 6 or 7 months. So yeah, we had a year and a half of bullishness, basically. So from that point on, from November 21st, we basically went bearish till around December of last year. We started going kind of accumulating, and we're almost towards the halving, right? So again, that's what I'm thinking this year. We may have at least a year and a half of bullishness. But again, if you go back to the last halving, it went up and it went down. And that was just like, you didn't have this whole 1.5 years of bullishness. So since it always happens a little bit different every bull market, I say right now we're already in a bullish time. We've hit the bull run. Okay. But how long will it go this time? Just a little bit longer? Will it go like say this time over here it was just like 6 months or something, and over here it was a month, a year and 6 months? Then do we get 2.5 years of bullishness here? But it's all we already kind of hit the bull market. So when we start counting? Like these are a whole bunch of different questions that are just rolling around in my head, right, y'all? But based off of last bull market, we know we got bullishness for basically a year and a half. So around about a year and a half after halving, I'm going to look to start taking some profits. So a year and a half after halving would be basically the summer of 2025. And according to the Gantt chart, if we're staying in this upper green area, if we're going to this upper green area, that would be 160 something. Because you can see here in this bull market, it went on upper red area. So I don't know, just some food for thought, just some food for thought. I keep hearing January 8th for the ETF is mad, bro. Bro, have you used DeFi Llama? I love DeFi Llama. My crypto space UK. I love DeFi Llama. You know the sauce now one in. I'm not telling you. Honestly, bro, it just happened that I can use it and people can't. Like, it depends on your state, bro. Like, especially if you're in New York won't let you use like pretty much all you can use like Gemini, like Coinbase in New York. Just depends on where you're at. Bitmar has logged me out, and I'll see if I can still use it. I'll let you know in a few days. I got to find my login info. Yep. I can also use MarketCap to see which exchanges to use. They have ratings for the exchanges. I only use exchanges with great ratings and questionable ones. I'm out. I'm in and out ASAP. Yep, 100% crypto work. All right, guys. So today, I guess we went to for an hour and a half. I'll be back on here Wednesday for sure. Wednesday around 6ish. Thank you guys so much. Got a lot of good comments in here. And, for sure, some of the pack out videos we have on here. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday. I'll be in the Telegram lurking around. Feel free to join the Telegram. It's thanks so much for coming through, guys. Have a good Saturday. I'm out. Peace.